No Man's Sky, Brian, looks more like...
Nope. We can't. We're way too late to make that joke, Kyle. That's been done. We're gonna review No Man's Sky. Woo! That's right. We're gonna talk about No Man's Sky, the highly anticipated video game that you have played and I have not because I was smart and didn't buy any of the hype.
So, let's talk about this. First off, I am also smart and didn't buy any of the hype because it's my brother's on his Steam account. And I just played it.
Fair enough.
I played it, and it was it was like Titanfall level disappointment.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, see, that's funny you say Titanfall because I know a lot of people who really like Titanfall. I'm playing the Titanfall 2
are those
alpha
the people
right now.
who played it for the 10 minutes that or the 10 hours that it's worth?
Well, but see, you're not super into multiplayer though, are you?
No.
Oh, the multiplayer. Okay, that's what it was. That's why you didn't.
It would be great if this was a multiplayer game, Brian.
Wait, but it is, isn't it? Or is it? But it is, but it's not, but it is?
But it's not.
But it's not.
No, they said, but they lied.
Okay, that's what I want to talk about. Do you think... So, everybody knows by now, I mean, we're just fucking... You've seen a million videos about No Man's Sky. You probably played it. Like I said, I have not. But, so, there's this big controversy now on what Hello Games promised and what they supposedly promised or what people expected and what the game is. Do you think, Kyle, having played it, I have not, do you think, and from what you've seen, from what they've said, that they lied or that they... didn't quite get to what they wanted?
This is the definition of why early release is complete and utter shit. If you produce something and you say you're going to do something and it's an early release, that means you're fucking working on that.
Yeah.
That means you're almost done with it.
You would think.
Not you're saying, oh, maybe this can be in development. No, you have to be almost done.
Yeah. I don't know. The vibe I got from it is that they weren't so much actively lying about what was in the game as of they were actively hoping what they thought they might get in the game and saying that was maybe going to be in it and hopefully we'll get that done, and then they didn't get it done.
I can hope I make $1 million, Brian. I can fucking probably get a loan saying I hope I make $1 million. I'm not making that $1 million.
That's fair. So let's talk about the actual game. Avoiding all the controversy, there's a million videos. Go watch everybody else talk about it. The actual game, and when it comes right down to it, did you like... Is No Man's Sky a good game? As what it is, ignoring what you thought would be in it. Okay.
It's not. I'd rather be playing Minecraft.
Fair enough. So, I haven't played it. I mean, I know what it is.
Like the
it's
whole
space
point,
exploration.
Yeah. And the whole point of it is like crafting. But like its crafting system is... It's garbage. It's bad because like you don't really craft so much as it's just like, here's a bunch of stuff. Let me just insta make a thing instead of Minecraft. Like I play PC Minecraft, so like that's the one where you actually have to like map out how it looks in the crafting table. In this, it's just like, hey, you have a whole bunch of iron or a whole bunch of carbon, make a thing.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, it's interesting. From what I've seen of it, and this is the whole. I know I'm not alone. There's plenty of people who thought this, but I remember the lead up to this game. I remember seeing it a couple years ago going, that looks interesting. You know, I like space exploration games. I like space sims. That sounds cool. And I remember watching it. And then I remember about 6 months, a year ago. And at the time when I first saw the video, I was like, I wonder what you're going to do in the game. And then cut to like a year later, and I'm like, they show a little more footage, and I go, I'm still like, I wonder what you do though. Like I see you're flying around and stuff, and then what it boils down to is that's all you do is you fly around and you mine stuff and then you fly around.
There's an old saying in video games: if you have something that lets your players do anything, it focuses on nothing. And this is the case in point to that.
Well, from what I get, it doesn't even look like you can do anything. It looks like you can do a very limited number of things, which is fly, mine, and craft.
You're in a giant sandbox that accomplishes nothing.
Yeah.
There's a reason Grand Theft Auto is great, and that's because the stories in it are typically good.
Yeah.
And if you did a Grand Theft Auto and you're just doing exploration and shooting the hell out of the things, that tends to get boring after a while.
Well, especially because there doesn't seem any variety to...
I know I just said explosions were boring.
But, like, it just doesn't seem like there's... the world seemed so... Whenever I watched videos of it, seemed, while beautiful, seemed so
empty,
cold and empty.
Yes.
Like, the NPCs that are there don't seem, they're just, they seem, you run into them in the same space stations and stuff, and there didn't seem to be a lived-in world, and as much as different as the worlds looked like they could be, it all just looked like different puzzle pieces dropped in a different way and painted a different color, but still the same, like, it just...
If you want this, you either get Space Sims or Spore. Have you played Spore?
I have not played Spore.
Spore's fucking... I gotta say, for what it was an ambitious project that does more than this thing does.
That's exciting. Or it's funny because I've heard a lot of people compare this to Spore and things that are like, disappointments that people thought they were promised the world, and then it being disappointing.
Like Spore is better in comparison to this because Spore you interact with different civilizations.
Yeah.
You go to different space territories. Yeah. There's kind of like neutral zones.
See, that seems interesting.
There's a galactic empire that you're constantly fighting against the whole time.
That seems interesting because that's the thing that looked like there was none of in this. Like it's just like it's like you're the only person and only like sentient thing in this universe, and everything else is just there. It's kind of the vibe
you
I got.
feel like a surveyor.
Yeah.
Like you're basically a surveyor. You go to places, you map out, this is what's here. Let me craft some shit and let me report back to my people saying, this is what's here. Anything dangerous? Sentinel robots.
Yeah. And this is another thing that I thought was interesting, because like a lot of people, but in the lead up would be, or when I was still trying to figure out what this game's about, it's like, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't need a super involved, interesting story in every game I play, but
you need some story.
You need something, and more than that, like I don't think I've ever played a storyline in a single Grand Theft Auto game. I don't think I've ever played a single story mission in a single. Ooh. All I do, I know you love them. I know. Hold on, but my point is that you get on Grand Theft Auto and I drive around the city and kill people and blow cars up and get cops after you. And there's so many things you can do without even touching a storyline. Yes. It's so fun. When I watch this game, I was like, I feel like they're going for something like that, where you're in this world and you do whatever you want and fly anywhere. But I don't feel like there's any of the framework.
Repercussions.
Well, it didn't seem like there was any framework to have that sort of emergent story of like you creating this cool. It's like there's no fucking, the only bad guys I've ever seen in any videos are fucking little robots that fly around.
There's no boundaries is the issue. There's nothing to either limit what you can and what you can and can't do. Which sounds fun when you have like a Connect set or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know. The reception to this game has been exactly what I thought it was going to be in the lead up when I was watching videos on it. Everybody's feelings about it is exactly what I thought I would feel if I played it, which is why I didn't fucking play it. Mm-hmm. So that's No Man's Sky. But real quick, unless you want to touch on anything else about it.
It's bad, don't play it.
Okay. Especially for $60. That seems like that seems way overpriced. As an alternate, I think you still have, this should be out in a couple days. You still might have some time if you're on PlayStation Network, PS Plus, on PS4 for like I think until August ends, which is like another 4 days. There's a game called Rebel Galaxy that is the free game one of the free games of the month that I just downloaded. If you're disappointed by No Man's Sky, it's not. Now the difference is this is a space sim. As it's not crafting and survival. You never leave your spaceship. But it's this really cool.
It's basically Elite Dangerous.
Yeah, it's Elite Dangerous. But it's free right now, and it's I can't. And if you're a fan of Firefly, this game is made for you, because I'm not even joking. The music in it's like they ripped the theme song out of Firefly and then strung. And then I will never get tired. But basically, it's a space sim. You get a spaceship, you fly around, you do missions, you mine, you kill people.
Can you curse in Chinese?
I guess you could, maybe. I don't know. The dialogues options are pretty limited, but you fly around in space. It's like a naval combat style game where it's you only fly in one plane, so you can't go up or down. You can only fly in one plane, but it doesn't feel restrictive still. And you basically fire like broadside cannons. It's really like they took a sailing naval ship game and covered it in space, awesome. Which is really fun. But I will never ever get tired of jumping the warp speed in this game, because when you jump to warp speed, you hold down this button and then you can look at stuff, and then all of a sudden it goes zzz, and you blast through space and everything disappears, and then fucking music starts playing, and it feels so awesome.
Every time you did that, did you think to yourself, engage?
Yeah, I'm just like, engage. And it even says at the screen, the little button cue says engage warp drive. Engage.
That's awesome.
And you take off. It's so much fun. I mean, it's for what it is. It's not super in depth, but it's so much fun. It's super chill game. Like if you're gonna get stoned and play a video game, this is the game to do it.
It's the one to do it.
Just space and cool music and your lasers. It's fucking awesome. So Rebel Galaxy, I would recommend that one and not No Man's Sky. So yeah. The end.